Ate that swim bait. Oh Lord, we got a sleigh ride on our hands here, gentlemen.
After a very tough week of land-based fishing, I decided it was time to grab the paddleboard. But to be honest, she has seen some better days. Turns out, sitting in the sun for 3 years will kind of have a little bit of wear and tear. Also, flying out of the back of my truck while going 60 miles per hour can crack it open. So it needs a little tender loving before we put it in the water. We're going to replace the bungee straps, add a new anchor to it, and just make our lives a little bit easier while we're on the water. Next, we need to pack a tackle box. When I'm fishing with limited space, whether it's paddling or walking, I like to just get one compact box where I put a little bit of everything that I think I'll need for the area I'm in. Nothing more, nothing less.
What's going on, guys? Lawson here. We are out in the river, in the mangroves, in the flat, looking for redfish, trout, snook, tarpon, black drum, you name it. We are on the old crusty dusty paddleboard. It's been sitting along the side of my house for about 6 months. Dusted her off, replaced a few bits, and we're just gonna have a good afternoon of fishing. So it's pretty windy out here today, and when I'm even in a boat, but especially in like a paddleboard or a kayak or something like that, the first thing I'll do is like bite the bullet and paddle into the wind as far as I can of the direction that I want to fish, so that way the rest of the day is just like smooth sailing. I can just adjust my paddle a little bit here and there, and I won't be fighting the wind the entire day. So that's what we're going to do first. Then we're going to have a lot of area that we're going to float and see if we can sight fish maybe some redfish or snook. Ooh, big fish right there underneath the kayak. Never even saw it. Ooh, there's a lot of big fish moving around. I think the shrimp needs to come off, and we're going to put on a little swim bait here. Tell you what, simple as it is, not many lures beat this bad boy right here. Root beer chartreuse, DOA cow. While we're paddling our way down to the back end of this bay, we're being very intentional about hitting corners and any good stuff that's not going to like derail us from our paddle a ton, and also just keeping our eyes peeled across this flat for blow-ups or any head wakes. Got some really good looking stuff coming up here. Got an oyster bar sticking out of the water. I can see a ton of stuff moving around it. Even I found with oyster bars, even if you don't see, you know, the classic redfish or drum straight up tailing next to the bar, a lot of times big snook like to sit a couple yards off the edge of oyster bars and just wait for little bait fish to come a little too far, and they absolutely smoke them. So that's what we're... Oh, I got hit right next to the paddle. Oh my God, that was a big fish. That scared me. Literally cast it over this point like 15 times, and whatever it was didn't bite, but it ran face first into the paddleboard. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, there we go, right off that oyster bar. Absolutely clapped it. It's coming right at me. I think we have a snook here. Nice. Whew. All right, we are on the board, baby. Beautiful. Just been really targeting these oyster points and throwing up as close as we can to them. Seen a few reds, seen some mega snook, and we're finally into a medium-sized one here. Pop the paddle tail. Gosh, he was hooked good. We like that. Woo! Beautiful little snook right there, probably about a 23 incher. Nothing enormous, but that is a great way to start our afternoon. See you later, homie. Let's inspect our leader here. Almost always need to retie after catching a snook, to be honest. Unless he's like perfectly on the corner of the lip, a retie is always a good idea. Oh my gosh, there's a sheep's head like right next to my paddleboard. Gosh, that was crazy. If that's not telling you how murky the water is right now, that sheep's head, like my paddle was about, or my board was about to hit him in the head. And he didn't even notice I was on top of him. Man, such a beautiful oyster bar right here. Bunch of different birds on it. Big redfish swimming right there in front of me. Just hit the brakes on the paddleboard and he's gone. Damn it. He saw me bend over and grab my rod. Whew. Probably like a 30-incher. One of the downsides of the old paddlecraft, you know, when you're on a boat with a trolling motor, you can just, you already have the rod in hand. Ah, darn, that was a good one, but it's a good sign. We've got a big storm working out of the south right now. We should be all right, but we're gonna have to keep an eye on it. It's so, because of that though, the wind has fired up. And I'm just gonna hug the wind-laid side of the bank because it's barely fishable on the other side of this flat for me. I'm just getting absolutely dusted. Even with the anchor down, it's like a huge battle just trying to fight the wind. So we're gonna cruise nice and slow-ish with the wind at our back here and see if we can find some fish along the oyster beds, kind of like where we caught our snook earlier. It's probably been, you know, hour and a half since I caught that snook, if I had to guess. Oh, there's a fish. I don't know what we just hooked. Right off this main point here. Beautiful little sea trout. Well, that was a smooth release. Be much better with sea trout there. Pretty gentle fish. That was crummy. Washed my hands off before I grabbed them and then just dropped them onto my backpack. But we got a sea trout. It has been a tough day. It's hard to get on a good bite in the summertime. It's either, you know, kind of feels pretty hit or miss. Either you're gonna go out and stick like a giant, or you're gonna go out and maybe catch a few little fish, maybe not catch anything at all. You just gotta put the work in though. So far we got a snook and a trout. Maybe we can top it off with a redfish before we leave. But we have some seriously bad weather bearing down on us right now. Well, as much as I'd like to stay out and keep fishing, we have a big nasty storm bearing down on us. I know to the left it looks blue and sunny, but to the right we have a huge thunderstorm coming up on us. I don't feel like getting caught out on it in my paddleboard near dark. So our paddle mission must continue tomorrow. Whew. We were back out on the water looking for reds and other big fish. And I see something waking in front of me, so let's give a sling at it. There's like a preposterously large headway coming at me, and I'm certain it's a big giant jack crevalle. Oh God, no, it's like a 7-foot shark. I thought it was gonna be like a 40-pound jack, and instead it's like a 7-foot shark swimming around. What is that all about? There's like a wooden platform back in there. There's like a little platform back here. I'm very curious what this is. Oh, it just collapsed underneath me. There's like a wooden pole system running through the mangroves back here. Really don't know how strong it is, considering one of them just collapsed underneath my gargantuous weight. Kind of hoping that doesn't collapse, but this is incredible. Like, kind of really, I don't know if I've ever experienced a ton like this, maybe other than being a kid, of like getting to walk back into the mangroves and kind of explore. I can hear so many mosquitoes flying around me right now. This is neat. All right, well, as cool as this is, I got fish to catch. Oh, man. Huge headway coming at me. I wonder if it's that shark again, just on the other side of things. Oh my God, it's a giant jack and he just ate that swim bait. Oh, Lord. We got a sleigh ride on our hands here, gentlemen. I can't believe that. I just haphazardly flicked that thing at it, and we are now, we're wakeboarding now, I guess. It's actually gonna work to my favor that we're on a paddleboard here, because we're gonna weigh this fish down and probably tire him out, because we're on a light rod here. I normally would not want to catch a fish like this on this light of gear. No. Okay, well, it's actually a good thing. This jack isn't as huge as I thought it was. I thought it was like a 35 pounder. He's more of like a 15 pounder, which is very good, because we'd be in a spot of trouble if he was a real giant one. But he is kind of taking me off my line. Oh, Lord. We got a direction change. Yes, take me back that way. I need to go that way anyways. Let's see if we can kind of steer him that direction. It's not working. Oh, Lord. This is fun, man. Oh, the old sleigh ride. I'm like, I would love for this to be a big, enormous submarine, you know? But it actually is probably a very good thing that it's not a 40 pounder that's gonna just like drag me across the whole entire bay. Instead, we got a nice chunky solid one though. And turn the boat. Okay. This is too good, man. Just pop a nice 180. Yeah. Yes, brother. Take me back to the shore. Got a one jack power paddleboard setup going on here. That was amazing. Oh, and he's kind of doing exactly what I was hoping to do. He's taking us right back to the mangrove line so we can pick up where we were. I can't believe he totally just smashed that tiny little paddle tail. I might just like let him slowly bring us back to shore and then we'll land him. This is so bizarre. No, go the other direction. All right, he's done. All right, we need to get hands on this buddy. Might take a little bit of effort here to get our greasy little paws on him, but we'll see. Hey, this is a big fish, man. Might just like pull his head onto the board, maybe. Bail that open up. Okay, you know what? He's actually a pretty good and probably 20 pounder. Nice lap layer. That's a good one. Nice cruncher, about a 20 pounder, probably 18, 20 pounds. With the big crevalles, head first, give them all that air they need and send them off. Woo, a little slimed up, but we got a submarine in the boat. That was too much fun, man. The submarine sleigh ride. 10 out of 10. Whew, all right. Crevalle has been released. Sleigh ride is over. You know, took us like 100 yards off course, but definitely worth it, man. That was too funny. Back to the shore. There's got to be a lot of these big jack around, it looks like. There's been a few mullet showers. But we're going to get back to the mangrove line and try to hunt down a redfish or a snook or a tarpon. But, you know what? Caught a snook yesterday, a trout yesterday, big jack crevalle. Today, life's good no matter what. I mean, we're out on a paddleboard here in beautiful sunny Florida. Might be 97 degrees out right now, but life's good. Ooh, redfish right here. Actually, this might be a snook. Oh, no, it was a red, and he popped it and then ran. That was weird. I don't know what the heck that was about. He literally went pop and then didn't actually eat it, though. Got on top of it, but didn't eat it. Not sure if he saw something or what. I think there's another redfish sitting right, yeah, there is, right here in this cut. Can't tell how big he is. I just saw his tail flick, though. Bit of a ratty one, I think, but oh, same thing. Got right up on it, but didn't eat it. Oh, another red right here. Jeez Louise. 3 in a row. Oh man, there is something working something on the bank, man. Like real big blow up. I don't know if it's a snook or a redfish or a shark. It's right here. I mean, it is so shallow. Oh yeah, oh, it's a little bull shark trying to eat mullet up in here. Gosh, I can't believe the amount of weight this dude was putting off. Look at that guy. Oh, airborne tarpon right in front of me. What? Oh, absolutely sick. I have a shrimp tied on, so I might have to put something else on, but that was awesome. And he's still going after it. Oh, tarpon rolls right there. There's a bunch of tarpon right here, man. Right on this point. All right, let's do the right thing, and we're gonna retie. Oh, again! Oh! Leatherman. Put a little mullet colored paddle tail. I think this is called like Arkansas. Ooh, I have a spool tack. That might be perfect. I should have probably put that on, but there's a fish. Snook, not a tarpon. So we got a bunch of different fish on this stack right here. I wonder why they're piled up, because I've seen multiple tarpon and now we got a nice snook. I mean, we kind of just were whipping this fish in because I want to get on the tarpon, to be honest. Easy, hombre. Boom. Little snook. I mean, there is a lot of fish on this point right here. I want to make sure I don't like get too on top of it. Oh, tarpon right there. Ah. Come on, brother. Ooh, you guys, it is going freaking down right now. I'm gonna do something to help myself out here, because since we're in a paddleboard, you know, if we're in a boat, it'd be all hunky-dory and we just sit there on the trolling motor and hold our position right into it. So we're gonna go upwind really quietly, really slowly. I don't want to scare a bunch of these fish off this point. We're gonna go upwind and throw my anchor down and drift, and so we can fish into it. I mean, there's just like a horde of fish right there munching and eating. Oh god, I'm about to break my rod. Okay, All right, we put a spool tech on here, a 4-inch one. We picked up the baitcaster. I feel like this should get absolutely clobbered. Oh my God, it landed and something ate it. What the heck was that about? Oh, all right, it's a jack, probably. What the heck is this thing? It's on freaking smoko. Get out of here. Don't be pulling me into all this nonsense. Got time for this. Spool tech is set. It only took me 10 minutes. Not really, but felt like a waste of time. The problem might end up being, ooh, there's a tarpon right there. At least there's one of them. We're gonna have to feed through a bunch of jacks to maybe get to the tarpon, or if there's any bigger snook. Good Lord. Kind of just hoping this comes off. That thing, like, I don't even know if I turned the handle of my reel before that fish ate. Look at that tarpon just... Honestly, the spool tech is catching them, but winding this thing up and down is a huge pain in the nuts. And if you don't know how these work, they have a metal cable inside of them that basically gives you extra resistance, like basically extra abrasion resistance, which is really great for tarpon and snook fishing. But when I have to run through a bunch of jacks and I have to spend, you know, a minute or so sitting here and winding this freaking thing up, might not really be worth my time. Oh, come on! I've thrown across that point like 35 times now. That was probably the tarpon, and my line snapped way up in the middle of my freaking line somewhere. Sick! What the heck? I guess it's a good thing it was a spool tech, because you basically can't hook a fish unless you absolutely bury your hook set as hard as you can on those fish. And since the line snapped, I guarantee you that spool tech hit that tarpon in the mouth and he just went and spit it out. Some might say I might have set the hook too hard, but that really shouldn't have mattered, because it's 40-pound braid and something just like butter sliced through it. Okay. It's the way she goes sometimes, I suppose. Lose an expensive lure, probably blow the chance with the tarpon. I'm just assuming that's what it was because it hit so freaking hard. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a mullet. It's a catfish. Homie got by probably that little bull shark I saw earlier swimming up and down the mangroves. There's a fish right in the grass mat right there. What do we got here? Just absolutely ripping. What? Ripping that. I have a mullet on. It's hooked in the mouth. What? What? I literally just caught a freaking giant horse mullet, and he's hooked in the mouth. Like the swim bait is inside his mouth. The thing is a honker. I've never had that happen before. Yeah, baby. Big hogs. This is bizarre. I literally have never had that happen before. Like, I've snagged them, but the swim bait was down his freaking throat. Oh, I'm dying. That was awesome. I thought for certain it was a redfish. Yeah, I might just start sport fishing for horse mullet or something. I don't know. I can't believe that. Okay, can anyone else confirm or tell me if they have caught a horse mullet on an artificial lure before? I've snagged them, and I have caught one on a fly rod before, and the fly rod seemed almost just like, I don't know, like could have been snagged, could have been he ate like a really small little streamer, but that was a swim bait buried inside that thing's gullet. Like, that was unbelievable. Let me know if anyone has experienced that before. It is so windy. It just picked up and blowing right in my face. I'm not making ground against this like at all. I might just have to walk out and wade. The water is mushy. Whew. Hot and windy paddle. It's one of the worst things about summertime in Florida is that a lot of your afternoon sessions get cut short from big giant black storms rolling in out of nowhere on top of you. It's also a strange feeling of it blowing 17 miles per hour in your face and it just being hot air steaming on you. Whew. But all in all, good day and a half or whatever you want to call it of paddle fishing. The paddleboard, it's nice to get out on. I'm sure a lot of people are like, hey, you got that cool pedal drive kayak now, why don't you use that? I'm still getting used to it. I have a hard time sitting down while I fish, and the pedal drive only works when you're sitting down, moving your feet around in it. And I haven't really gotten used to it yet, but the paddleboard, it's really simple, it's really straightforward. You can also get mega shallow because the pedal drive will catch on things, and we were fishing in 4 inches of water at some point today. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, whatever. You can support the channel on Patreon. There's a link down below. You get early access to all the vids. I appreciate you guys. Until next one.